lot of you guys were shocked to see that Mystique's back bling was banned in China in our video earlier this week, so we took a look and you won't believe what else isn't allowed. From the rarest skin in Fortnite that looks entirely different in China to hidden game features that you'd never see anywhere else. Here are 15 things banned in China or just completely different from our version of Fortnite. And if you don't like this video in the next 5 seconds, all of these things will get banned in the US too. Trust me, Tim Sweeney is my second uncle, and on Thanksgiving, you don't want me to tell him you didn't like the video. Okay, maybe that was a little extra. I'm gonna shut up and jump to number 15. Some of Fortnite's most infamous characters include the likes of Raven, Peely, Jonesy, and Skull Trooper. But China barely even knows that Skull Trooper exists. Why? Well, because he's not even in the game, and I mean it. If you play Fortnite in China, you'll see that Skull Trooper is nowhere to be found. China barely even knows that Skull Trooper exists. It's not just him, though. You also can't find Skull Ranger, the female version of the skin, and you can't get Oro either. All 3 of these skins simply do not exist in the Chinese version of Fortnite. Why? Well, China has a history of simply not allowing skulls to show up in their games. It's not exactly illegal for skulls to be in Chinese games, but the laws around what is and isn't allowed in games is very vague in China, and most people don't show skulls in games as they're considered offensive in the country. Therefore, they don't want to offend anyone and possibly get the game banned because of how vague the laws are. This is why you don't see any of these characters, as they're all skeleton-based skins, and you likely will never see a skull in Fortnite when you play in China. In fact, even in the end loading screen, where we usually see Skull Trooper, they replaced him with Raven for the Chinese version. While item shop skins with skulls are straight up removed, Battle Pass skins with skulls are changed because they're of course part of the Battle Pass. We'll get into those ones later, although as Fortnite adds more skins with each season, I won't be surprised if we see more outfits getting banned or changed. Number 14. Fortnite China does not actually have arena mode, and it has never had it. While everyone else in the world sat there and complained that Fortnite needed proper tournaments and an actual game mode for people to compete in, China sat there twiddling its thumbs knowing it would never get it. Unfortunately, China actually has laws in place which make all video games stop people playing after a certain amount of time. There are play limits for every video game, and because of this, Fortnite simply doesn't have arena. Why? Well, a lot of tournament games go on for much longer than regular matches, and you can't exactly put a time limit on a tournament match because it ruins the point. So Epic's solution was to simply not include arena at all. Although it's not the only mode that simply isn't in Fortnite China, because the Chinese version also has no LTMs. While the rest of the world gets cool crossovers like the Avengers mode and the original Getaway LTM, China didn't get any of that, in an LTM form at least. They don't even get Team Rumble. The reason for this is the same because of the time limit. LTMs and tournament matches simply last too long and break the law, so they're not in the game. Pretty wild that Chinese players will have never experienced things like the Floor is Lava LTM or even the classic 50v50. And those are too good to miss out on. And you might be wondering, if Fortnite China doesn't have arena, then how did Chinese citizens compete in the World Cup last year? Well, we did some research and looked into the World Cup's guidelines, and they mentioned that the Chinese version of Fortnite actually had their own entire way of qualifying. Everyone competing in China was locked off from the rest of the world and had to compete with each other while being sectioned off from anyone outside of China. Not only that, but the matches were very different from regular qualifiers. China did not have a moving zone, nor do games end the same way that regular tournaments would. There's no meta in Chinese Fortnite for having like 30 players left in the final circle. That just doesn't happen because of how the game is. However, those who qualified for the World Cup through Chinese finals were flown out to New York and used the international version of the game. A lot of Chinese pro players also flew out of China to qualify using the regular version and then went back after qualifiers ended. What a mess. Number 13. We talked about how skins in the item shop are just straight up removed from Fortnite if they have a skull in them. But what about Battle Pass skins? Yes, item shop skins can simply just not ever be added into Fortnite China, but a Battle Pass is something very different. You can't just make an entirely new skin to replace it just for China, which is why Epic doesn't remove Battle Pass skins with skulls, but instead just changes them. And now we move to Eternal Voyager. Fortnite China actually has an entirely exclusive version of Eternal Voyager. Take a look at this. Instead of the usual floating skull, there's a new mask designed specifically for the Chinese version of this skin. And honestly, it looks super slick. It definitely makes the skin look a lot more fresh and updated, but that's probably because we're also used to the original skull version. I don't know if I prefer the skull or the helmet, but I do know that it would be awesome if Epic gave us this as an extra free variant. I mean, why not? Maybe they want Fortnite China players to feel like they have more exclusiveness. And fair enough, but man, do I want to get this variant for myself. Number 12. There is something incredibly unique for Fortnite China, which no other version of Fortnite is even close to having. It's something that no one expected it to have, and it really changes the entire way that Fortnite works. This is the Storm Shield bar. It's a third bar underneath your health and your shield bars, and it works very uniquely. Once you're in the storm, instead of it taking your health down, instead, the storm will deplete your Storm Shield bar. Once the bar hits 0, you immediately die. Then when you're out of the storm, the bar refills itself. It's really cool. At first thought, a lot of us might be like, wait, why isn't this in the international version? But then you might put a little more thought into this. Something like this in our version of Fortnite would be catastrophic for the meta. Not only does it make healing items literally worthless in the storm, but it means that games would go so much quicker. If you land on one side of the map and the storm is on the other, you literally cannot outrun it because heals do not work. The reason for Epic adding this into Fortnite China is to both make games quicker and also to make the game seem less violent. In fact, Fortnite has its own storyline in China, and it's completely different to our own. Just wait until you hear how crazy this is. Number 11. In China, censoring laws mean that Epic had to change its entire storyline, and it's quite crazy what they came up with in order to get around the laws. I mean, just listen to this. So the Battle Royale map in China is actually a training ground to train the best warriors against a deadly threat. The threat is climate change, as well as incoming alien invasions. Everything on the Battle Royale island is actually a simulation with all the players being holograms. To stop the game being called apparently violent, instead of dying, you're just eliminated as a hologram. Not to mention the health bar isn't called health, but instead battery life. And of course, you have the Storm Shield bar we just mentioned. It's not actually a storm in Fortnite China, but a shrinking signal zone. Once your storm signal bar hits 0, you lose signal to your virtual hologram and are eliminated from the match. Yeah, that is so different from the Fortnite we have. Although, to be fair, for a while, we thought our version of Fortnite was a simulation, when in reality, it's just China's version. And that's confirmed. Number 10. One of the saddest things about Fortnite China is the fact that this version of the game actually does not have a support a creator system. Call me biased, but I think this sucks. There's a ton of great content creators in China, and the support a creator program has been so helpful to keeping us stable, especially with what has been going on in the world. Unfortunately, while China has no way of supporting its creators, we do, and it'd really help if you could use code T5G when you buy something from the item shop. Yes, I did just sneak an ad in here. And no, I don't regret it. Number 9. With most things being different in Fortnite China, we don't stop when we get to the Battle Pass, because Fortnite China doesn't let you buy V-Bucks. You actually just get the Battle Pass entirely for free if you reach level 30. Instead of V-Bucks, you just earn all your rewards for free by leveling up, and you get the Battle Pass when you hit level 30. Although this changes every season, it seems, with some seasons just straight up giving everyone the Battle Pass for free out of nowhere, it's very inconsistent and hard to follow. Number 8. The time I talked about earlier is a big reason as to why Fortnite China actually encourages you to quit if you have the most amount of kills. If you're leading the charge and you have the most kills out of anyone in the lobby, then the game will actually just encourage you to quit the match and take the victory. This is because of the time limit, and Fortnite just wants people to play as little as possible because of the laws in place. So if you're on the path to winning, the game just tells you to straight up take the dub early.
I think I'll win now.
Number 7. Speaking of taking the dub early, the way that Victory Royales work in China is completely different to the version we're familiar with. Instead of simply being the only champion, Fortnite China lets everyone win if they're still alive by the time 20 minutes has passed. If you're still alive after 20 minutes, you don't even need to defeat the remaining players. You'll simply just win the match anyway, simply for surviving. Wow. Yeah, that bush rat just got a little bit more viable. Number 6. Moving on to some weird changes because of the whole skulls being banned thing in China. Blackheart also received some odd changes to his character design. Because he is literally a skeleton pirate, Epic had to find a way around showing his skull. And well, instead of tweaking the skin, they just straight up dragged their mouse over his head and pressed delete on that dude. And honestly, I think Blackheart looks better as a pirate with an ominous blank hood. I really want this variant. It is super cool. Number 5. With the brand new season, there's not much that breaks the law in China except for one specific item. Mystique's back bling is actually a golden skull, so staying on brand, Epic went in and instead of deleting it or tweaking it to look a bit different, it is literally just a ball. Yep, it's just a ball. Wow. They've given up trying now, haven't they? Number 4. Fortnite China has some pretty rare exclusive items that people from outside the country have been aching to get their hands on ever since they were added. There are pointer and power grip pickaxes and the infamous penguin and insignia backblings, which people go nuts over, calling them the rarest backblings in Fortnite history. They look pretty cool to me. Number 3. It's one of the rare instances where China and international Fortnite mix. We actually have a China-based skin in regular Fortnite. When the South Korean Winter Olympics happened in 2018, we got a ton of country-based skins for Alpine Ace. With those included the Chinese version of the skin. And it's one of the only times we see a reference to China in the main game. Just thought this would be a cool fact to share. Number 2. Interestingly, the default skins in Fortnite China are very different as the characters are designed to look more Asian than the ones we see in the international version of Fortnite, which has a range of ethnicities. Although according to people who play Fortnite China, these special default skins only appear like this in lobby and then change to the usual Fortnite default skins in-game. Weird. And your number 1 spot. Of course, the number 1 spot goes to the one thing that makes a majority of the changes in our list happen. Because of the playtime limits in China, it caused Epic to not add arenas, LTMs, change the way storms work, change how tournaments work, as well as giving everyone the victory and encouraging people to leave with the most kills. And it's all connected by this time limit. If you've been playing for 3 hours, then you get a message pop up that tells you to take a rest immediately and disables most of the stuff that you progress through in Fortnite, like XP and challenges. Nowadays, there's a straight up 20-minute time limit on every match in the game. It's pretty insane how controlling these Chinese laws are for stuff like this. But what can you do? Like this video now or all these things get banned in the US too. Oh my god. And check out this video right over here. Click it. Quick. I'll see you guys over there. This has been Sam. Keep it right here on Top 5 Gaming.